Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. It's your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see on any Watchbox platform. Reach out to me directly. It's in the description below, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. Today we are discussing a gorgeous limited edition of 250 pieces from the 2018 150th anniversary Jubilee model year at IWC Schaffhausen. This is the IWC Portuguese hand-wound 8 days edition 150 years. 43.2 millimeters in red gold. The watch measures 12.5 millimeters in thickness, and from lug to lug, 51.2 millimeters, with a 22 millimeter spacing between the lugs. Throw it on my wrist, which is 16 centimeters in circumference. You can see the watch is broad and flat. The lugs are very tightly downturned, like FP Journe lugs. They rotate almost 90 degrees from the horizontal sweep of the mid-case, meaning that even if your wrist is as small as 15 centimeters circumference, one smaller than mine, you're still going to find that the watch wears well. And because it's not thick and it has a sloped case flank, a dress cuff or a tight sleeve will ramp up over its side. Now, taking a look at the hardware and the software, you can see that the strap is substantial. It is a dark gloss brown with some bolstering to give it volume, large rectangular scale alligator leather with a monotone stitch, a sheer side showing the layers of construction, and then on the underside you can see this is from Santoni, which is the OEM strap supplier to IWC, the Italian leather specialists making this strap in Italy. In case you're wondering, the signature signal orange color of Santoni is not visible when the watch is on your wrist. There is a simple, no-nonsense, polished and satinated IWC red gold pin buckle to match the watch. The watch is classically designed. As with historic Portugiesers, the mid-case is thin, the lugs are tapered, there's polish on the lug hoods to contrast with the satin of the case flank. You can see that the bezel is slightly stepped in from the case band to thin out the appearance of the watch, and then even more so, the bezel is concave in profile to pair the apparent mass. The bezel is entirely of high polished profile, and if you look carefully, you can see there's a hairline polished lip that runs across the exterior of the case, just under the exterior of the bezel all around. Simple IWC Probus Scafusia or Motto style crown, a good solid watch made in Schaffhausen. You have a sapphire, and it is a sapphire, but it has a camber and a box section to look like a vintage plexiglass, like you would have seen on the original 1939 IWC Portuguese reference 325. It wasn't called the Portugieser initially, but the genesis of the name is that the Portuguese importers, two gentlemen, Rodriguez and Teixeira, they asked for a wristwatch that would be as accurate as a pocket watch. And at the time, the late 1930s, the only way to do that was to use a big movement from a pocket watch, which could be regulated precisely. Therefore, you needed a huge wristwatch to store the pocket watch movement. And that was the birth of the original oversized purpose-built wristwatch, the first IWC reference 325, which became known as the Portugieser. So, the timepiece, Portuguese or Portugieser, which is it? Well, I say Portuguese because I speak English, but German is oddly the lingua franca of Schaffhausen, Switzerland. So Portugieser is Portuguese and German, your choice, but IWC designates this watch the Portugieser. It is the reference 5102-11, and you can see that it pays homage to the original with a 12-step hand-finished almost cream lacquered dial. Now, it is a lacquer, and it features a number of slightly off-white layers punctuated by individual hand-buffed clear coat layers, creating a glossy, bottomless appearance that's designed to evoke the IWC pocket watches of the late 19th century. The company, of course, founded in 1868 by American F.A. Jones. Well, he was a pocket watchmaker, and this dial pays tribute to that era. You can also see that the dial features lovely blued leaf-style hands at center, a sunken small seconds dial, just like the original Portuguese, and like the original Portuguese, there's a railroad track outboard for reading the minutes and vertically arrayed Arabic numerals. Unlike the original Portuguese, there was also a date window, and that is convenient and practical from my perspective. Now, IWC also has the good taste to print very little on the dial. IWC, Schaffhausen, Swiss-made, Rolex, take note. There is a hacking or stop seconds function, And there is a quick set function, so I can rapidly cycle that date should the watch run down or encounter an irregular length month. Turn it all over, and you can see there is a rose gold medallion with the year 1868 inset in the movement itself. Decoration includes satination across the wheels, including the barrel. It includes engine turning or perlage on the base plate. Beautifully vertically arrayed Côte de Genève. There is machined beveling on the edge of the bridges, but neatly executed. And then you can see there's polishing on the screw heads. The watch has a manual wind 8-day power reserve, and there is a power reserve indicator hidden on the case back. It pivots on 30 joules. It is adjusted in 5 positions, which is the high horology and chronometer standard. The timepiece beats away at 28,800 vibrations per hour, and it is free sprung for precision of adjustment as well as durability. You can also see that a handmade Breguet overcoil hairspring is used to ensure that in any position with respect to gravity, regardless of where the crown is pointing, the hairspring will breathe concentrically, allowing the watch to be isochronous in any orientation. And of course, you can see a dress watch. The watch is 30 meters water resistant, so you don't want to swim with it, but it's protected against splashes or inadvertent rain. And unlike many IWC limited editions, this one is individually numbered, and what a number, 001 of 250. Of course, the timepiece is good looking with a movement properly sized to fit the case, the mark of a true manufacturer, which IWC is. And in homage to the original Portugieser, this one features a movement the size of a pocket watch caliber, a true worthy successor to the original 325, and with this handmade dial artisanally crafted front and back. Reach out to Tim Mosso at thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details.